All right, hello everyone. Welcome to September 2017 SecDSM, the Capture the Flag edition. Warning, something's not right here. SecDSM contains content from random people known to offend people. Your computer might catch a virus if you are easily offended. Having said that, I believe there are some younger people in the audience tonight, so we'll try to keep it PG-13. Transparency report. This wonderful venue, as well as the food and beer, is given to us by Pillar Technology, the Forged by Pillar. So if Kevin is filling in for James tonight, go thank Kevin for this wonderful venue and the food and the beer. Financial transparency report. We had $695 net revenue, which includes $1,480 in revenue and $785 in expenditures. Our August expenses were video equipment, the tool donation, and SecDSM stickers, leaving us with a total in the bank of $3,522.29, and in QuickBooks the same amount. Thank you, Ben, for preparing those for us. We always appreciate everything you do for us, Ben. SecDSM, third Thursday of every month. That means we will be back here October 19th, 2017, here at the Forged by Pillar. So clear off your schedules and be here October 19th. Slack. We have a Slack channel, and you can sign up for the Slack channel by going to secdsm.org, scrolling down, signing up, and then chatting with 100 local plus, actually it's now 200 plus local InfoSec community members. If you're not part of the Slack team, I highly recommend going and joining up. It's a great community. It's a great chance to network and meet other people and just get the word out. Swag. Okay, we have t-shirts, collared shirts, and beanie hats. The t-shirts are $20 as well as the hats. They're $20, and then the collared shirts are $40. See Ben or James if you want to buy one. Ben loves cash. That's the joke that keeps on giving. Upcoming events. We have the Secure Iowa Conference coming up next week. That's in Ankeny at the Enrichment Center, the DMAC FFA building. And if you're interested in helping set up for that event on Monday night, see Matt. Matt would love some help if anyone wants to get involved and help out Matt. We have GrrCon in Grand Rapids, Michigan, October 28th through 27th. Wild West Hacking Fest put on by Black Hills InfoSec. So that's October 27th through 28th in Deadwood, South Dakota. We don't have much going on in Capture the Flag other than a Capture the Flag event tonight for everybody. I believe we have a couple people participating in the DerbyCon Capture the Flag, but I don't really know the details on it. So stay tuned. There'll be more information on that next month. SecDSM is also organizing the Secure Iowa Conference Capture the Flag. Again, that was October 2nd through 3rd next week. So if you can't get enough Capture the Flag tonight, please come to the Secure Iowa Conference and do the Capture the Flag there. Week and a half. Sorry, not next week. Week and a half. Thank you, Arden. Okay, so with that, I'll turn it over to James Beal for movies and news.
I just got here 5 minutes ago, so I feel way too sober to be doing this right now. All right, for movies, the big one we have coming up is Blade Runner 2049. This has been on the schedule for the last couple months. Joe Peppers is offered to host this at his house. I don't see him here. I haven't seen him. There he is. He's not wearing a shirt and tie, so he's right there in the Nintendo controller shirt. He's going to host that. Mainly, we'll talk about it on the Slack channel, so as was already said 1,000 times, if you're not on the Slack channel, you're missing out on a lot of this communication. Sounds like everybody should be good to go for October 7th in the afternoon. The alternative would have been this Saturday, and nobody said a word about it. So it's now October 7th, guaranteed. So October 7th in the afternoon at Joe's house, we'll watch the original So in case any of you horrible people who haven't seen the original movie, which is a premier sci-fi film, will watch that and then go and watch the sequel, hoping it's better than some of the other sequels we've seen lately. All right, and then a couple weeks ago, right after the last SecDSM meeting, I'd been meaning to put together a channel to discuss going out and having some cigars and whiskey and beers and that type of thing, and jokingly posted some stuff out there about going to the range and had a lot of people talk to me at the last meeting that were interested in it. So, once again, another reason to join our Slack channel. There is now a hobbies channel out there. I have not put anything out there about it. I just decided today that we do the first cigar get-together on Friday night, the 29th. It is the Club Earth out in Waukee. He hosts a lot of football events on Saturday and Sunday. So that Friday night would work. If it's just me on Friday night, I'll sit there and drink whiskey and smoke cigars by myself. But if anyone else feels like joining me for some conversation and some fun, once again, Club Herf in Waukee. It's it's off of University, out in the strip mall that is the one right west of Jethro's. So if you're going down University, you get past Jethro's in Waukee. The next one, it's back in the corner. And then we had SecDSM Range Day because we had a couple new shooters. I arranged it. There was, 6 of us or possibly 7 of us, I think, that made it to that last Sunday. Had a great time doing that. So it was another eventful Sunday gun day at Range Masters Indoor. Planning for the next one to be outdoors at the Butch Olufsen Range that just reopened this past week, or this week, I think, up in Polk City. So Sunday afternoon seemed to work. We met at Range Masters at noon, so I'll probably do something like sometime between 10:30 and noon on the first. We'll once again talk about it in the Slack channel for anyone else interested. All right, a little bit of news. This is one of those I'm sure everybody's heard, I would hope, but Kaspersky software was officially banned from government systems. So if you're a company or not part of the, I believe, just executive branch of the government, you're good to go and don't have to swap out your stuff. But Kaspersky has 400 million users worldwide, and as many of 200 million of those don't know it because they're actually in other technologies. So good luck to our advanced and fast-acting government getting rid of all those systems that they may or may not know about. New one that came out this week, a large majority of the underground hacking forum admins are having second thoughts about hosting ransomware. So there's a couple stories out about that admins that are hosting these are just as big a fans of ransomware as we are. The big issue being that a lot of these underground forums are hosted in Eastern Europe and, Russia, and they tend to make money from, and commissions, or make money by commissions from these sales of hacking tools, and ransomware definitely falls in there. So it's kind of we don't want this, but we'll kind of probably keep it anyway because it pays for itself. And then if you didn't hear, Avast CCleaner was hacked, and this is another example of totally valid software getting taken over and malware getting dumped into it. Initial reports were out on this with kind of some basic information. The stuff that's out there now says that it actually has a second stage payload. There were thousands of infections, but it appears from Cisco tearing this apart that not only were they targeted, but only 20 actual companies around the world were targeted with the second level malware that was attempt to breach all of those large companies on that list right there. So it was a pretty cool report if you go check that out. And then in wow, I'm super amazed mode, let me have some pizza. WordPress plugin with more than 200,000 installations had a backdoor in it. This is another exact example of all the other ones that we've had recently. There's been at least 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, that have been something that someone sold to another individual that then turned around and dumped malware in it. This one's actually quite interesting because the person that bought it and dropped malware in got it banned and reset up within WordPress officially, I believe 4 or potentially 5 times. Wonderful news today from the SEC, just in case we didn't already have a bunch of, personal information out there. This is now corporate information that hackers hit the SEC, I believe last year, and it's just been reported because supposedly they just figured out it could be used for illegal profit. The Edgar system is the system that they actually use that companies that sell stock actually put their information on, and had a software vulnerability that was exploited. And then finally, if you crawled out from underneath a rock and dusted yourself off and drove over here, or you just got back from a 3-week camping vacation in northern Canada, you may not have heard this, but Equifax got popped. And I would recommend locking down your credit because 143 million people, which is pretty much everyone in this room and everybody else, since that's most of the adults in the U.S. And on top of the fact, information came out a couple days later that over 200,000 credit cards were stolen as well. And so your social, birth date, address, credit card number, everything else is out there. So put some effort into getting your credit locked if you can, and that's pretty much the recommendation. So that is it for me. And then every month we like to throw out there jobs. So if you are gutsy enough and want to put yourself up in front of the room and tell everybody you're looking for a job or want to talk about your qualifications, or most probably if you have a job to offer at your company, if you're a hiring manager or a senior engineer that's looking to hire, we like to open up the mic. So anybody interested? Anybody got anything? Going once? Twice? All right. We're moving on. Handing it back over.
Thank you, James. Let's have a round of applause for James for SecDSM News. So we've taken care of the first 2 items on tonight's agenda. The last and but not least item is the Capture the Flag presented by Pro Circular. That will begin at 6:30. Real quick. October 19th, 2017 agenda. SecDSM 101, SecDSM News, and Jason Williams in Filleting the Fish, which will not be recorded or live streamed. So be here for that one. It'll be a great presentation, and you won't be able to watch it on the internet. And with that, I will hand it over to Nate Subra with the rules for the Capture the Flag tournament. Scoreboard.
All right, good evening. Just want to go over some quick ground rules before we start getting into CTF. I see a lot of people have laptops.
Can you flip HDMI audio here but use the video from the scoreboard?
I'll just talk really loud. So, yeah, see a lot of people with laptops, some people not without laptops. So if you didn't get the memo tonight, we have a lot of teams set up, plenty of over-the-shoulder action that can occur tonight, and there's some teams that are really close. I don't know, you guys are